What's up, y'all? I'm 1000. I'm an artist from Seattle, Washington, and today we're gonna do a mural supply checklist. I get a lot of questions here on my YouTube about what kind of supplies I use, what kind of paint I use, different things that I use for my murals. So I figured I got a couple murals coming up here. I got all my supplies kind of put together, so we'll go through them real quick. But first, this video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is a super awesome online learning community. There's tons of tutorials over there, all kinds of art tutorials, digital art, fine art, photography tutorials for everything. There's a link down in the description where you get 2 free months of Skillshare, and everyone who signs up using my link also supports this channel. So get 2 free months. You can cancel it anytime. It's free, and you can also support this channel. So check that out. All right, so first mural supply here is some bucket paint, some latex paint. I get this. This is from Lowe's. I also go to Home Depot. This is eggshell. I usually do eggshell for interior because it's not quite as matte, and like I use acrylic paint a lot, and the acrylic paint is a little bit glossy, so I want to like kind of match. I got 2 colors here because a mural coming up has these 2 colors as the background. I use the latex paint for like the large color fill sections, the backgrounds, and it's just a good thing to kind of cover up a large area. All right, so next, paint trays to put the latex paint in. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we got these roller sponges and also this roller. So all that stuff is for the latex paint. I don't have my extender pole, but I also have this like extender pole to make, you screw this thing on the top of the pole, and then you've got this like pole to use your roller with. Okay, got a drop cloth here, and also a paint opener key thing that opens up these latex paint things. The drop cloth is to protect the floor. I usually don't use these for exterior murals. Sometimes I do, but I do a lot of interior murals. Oh, that smells really bad. You lay this down, make sure you don't make a mess. Always good to have a drop cloth or 2. Got some more rollers. Paint mixing sticks for the latex paint. Plenty of blue tape. Sometimes I need to tape off the corners, or I need to tape sections where I want to make a straight line. I don't know, tape is good for everything on murals, and it's really useful to have. Another spongy. This one's kind of old and crusty. I need to throw that away, but large latex paint brushes. These are kind of good for doing large fill sections, and when you're also doing the background and you get to the edge where the wall meets the wall, it's hard to use the roller, so you get in there and do that last little bit with the large brushes. Some rags. Hey George. Hey Georgie boy.
He's like, wait, I got this toy.
You want to learn how to do murals, George?
Now he wants to chew that up.
Georgie, the mural dog. Next we have the paint. I have this cool like rolly wheelie carrying case. It's pretty cool. It comes apart in sections. Here I have all my different pre-mixed paint cups. These little cups with the flip cap are super useful. I mix my colors in here, and you can kind of save them, and it makes them stay wet so that you can go back to this color and use them again. I have a ton of these cups. I like the ones with the flip cap because the ones with screw caps can get like paint in the threads of the screws and then get stuck, and they're like super hard to open. So the flip caps are cool. You can get these. I get these from Blick Art Supply, and I also get them from there's a shop here in the Seattle area called Tap Plastics, and they have all kinds of like interesting plastic things, including these cups. So the top part is a bunch of paint. It's acrylic paint. Golden fluid acrylics is what I usually use on my murals. It's really awesome, high quality paint. A little bit pricey, but it's UV resistant, stands up outdoors in the sun, in the weather. It's pretty rad stuff. The middle section here is all my brushes. Got some larger brushes, like that. And I got some smaller, more detailed brushes. Tons of brushes in here. I also have sidewalk chalk. I use sidewalk chalk a lot for sketching out the mural. Sometimes I freehand murals and just kind of use sidewalk chalk to sketch out my idea. Sometimes I use a grid system and use sidewalk chalk to make my grid. And sometimes I use a projector, and I usually, when I use a projector, I just use like maybe some white acrylic paint to sketch my concept. I don't use the sidewalk chalk when I use a projector. The sidewalk chalk is cool when you're freehanding it because like if you mess up, you can just easily kind of get a wet rag and wash away your mistakes. So that's the middle section of this cool little mobile paint station. And then the bottom section is full of all of my large bottles of golden fluid acrylic paint. Got a bunch of different colors here. This stuff is kind of a good consistency right out of the bottle to start painting. Like I said before, it's UV resistant, so the sun won't like blast out the colors over time. It holds up good. Like I've done murals in New York City with this on like outdoor brick walls with like all the traffic of New York. It's been holding up for, I think I did that mural like 4 years ago. I've done murals with this in Brazil, right near the equator, getting hit by like crazy hot Brazilian sun and humidity. And that's been a few years. That's holding up good as far as like not fading and not getting damaged. This is sort of just some of the paint that I have. I got a ton of paint in here. And then I usually go to FedEx office and print out some concept art on like 11 by 17 paper. This is like my rough concept for an upcoming mural, and it just kind of gives me a visual reference, a large one, so I'm not just like looking on my phone or whatever. I kind of tape this to the wall somewhere and use it as a reference. If I'm gonna use a projector, this is usually the projector that I use. It's like an overhead teacher's old school projector. The head is kind of messed up, so I usually like tape the head in the right spot so that I get some like tape and tape it where I want it to be. And then I have my concept art printed on a transparency, and you kind of lay this on here and get it just where you want it to be, and it shoots your concept art on the wall there. The projector speeds the first steps up a lot. Like if I'm sketching it, it'll really help. Oh, I always tape down my concept art too, because if the wind comes along and blows it, then if this moves when you're in like the middle of transferring it to the wall, then you got real problems. So I tape down the head. Yeah, this bad boy is really powerful. It can project, like I've done 3-story buildings with this thing. It's just with this compared to the digital ones, it's a little bit harder to travel with. Like unless you rent a car and drive there, you're not really going to be able to fly with this. And if you ship it, it seems like it might get broken. So the digital projectors that are like smaller are probably a little easier to travel with if you need to do that. You also need to have power at your mural location. Sometimes you don't. And you also need to have distance from your mural wall in order to use a projector. I've done hallway murals. I've done murals out in weird locations where there's no power. I've done murals in like kitchens where there's like a kitchen island right in front of the wall and I can't like use a projector. So sometimes you can use a projector, sometimes you can't. I like to use them when I can because it just speeds up the process, but it's also good to be able to feel confident in either freehanding your mural or using the grid system to get your concept art up on the wall. But yeah, this is my projector. It's kind of a beast. I got it used on Amazon from like an elementary school in New Hampshire or something like that. Yeah, so that's most of my mural supplies. And then there's spray paint. We'll go out to my garage and take a look at my spray paint. And then we have spray paint. I end up using a lot of flame blue. This is kind of my spray paint of choice. This is all spray paint. That's spray paint. That box is spray paint. That box is spray paint. I think I have some more boxes floating around here too. But yeah, shout out to Art Primo. They hooked me up on spray paint. Artprimo.com. You can get some cool stuff there. I also bring this little step stool usually for shorter stuff, and then this little folding table so I can set all my paints on it and stuff. There's more spray paint. My garage is destroyed. That's a bunch of pool paint that I used on the David Bowie pool mural. Yeah, just tons of stuff. Well, that's it. That was some of my mural supplies that I like to bring to mural gigs. I hope this video was helpful to some of you. Some of you folks may be getting started on your first mural. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. Maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Videos on my murals, videos on my paintings, all kinds of crazy videos on all my art adventures. Check out the link down in the description if you want to get 2 free months of Skillshare and also support this channel. And if you like this type of video, there's more videos like this over on my Patreon, along with a bunch of other cool stuff, some behind the scenes content that you can't get anywhere else. So if you want to support me, you can go to my Patreon and check that out. That's about it. If you want to check out my website and get a t-shirt or something, that would be cool. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, au revoir.